Let's be honest, this story is going to sound familiar. It begins with a spark of pure, uncut motivation. You stand in your kitchen, you clear out the pantry of all the junk food, you buy the vegetables, you download the app. You might even announce it to your friends or family. This is it. I'm serious this time. You feel that surge of control, that excitement for the new you that's just around the corner? You commit fully. You cut the carbs. You track every single calorie. You power through those initial, gnawing cravings. And for a week, maybe even a few weeks, it works. The numbers on the scale finally start to move in the right direction. And for that brief, beautiful moment, you feel that incredible spark of hope. You think to yourself, finally, this time, it's going to stick. But then, the real world, in all its messy glory, comes knocking. It's a birthday cake at the office, and everyone is insisting you have a slice. It's a brutally stressful day that leaves you feeling drained. And the only thing your brain can think of is the comforting embrace of your favorite takeout. It's a weekend dinner with friends, and you feel isolated, sipping your water while they enjoy their pasta and wine. The internal battle begins. The voice that says, "You've been so good, one little treat won't hurt." Or the classic, "This week is a write-off, I'll start again fresh on Monday." The intense, ravenous cravings that you fought so hard to suppress come roaring back. And they feel 10 times stronger than before. The strict, rigid rules that felt so empowering a few weeks ago now feel like a prison. And the weight doesn't just stop coming off. It starts to creep back on. 1 pound, then 5, then 10. And before you know it, you're right back where you started. Or worse, you've gained back more than you lost. This is the soul-crushing, confidence-shattering cycle of yo-yo dieting. It's a vicious roller coaster of hope and despair. It does so much more than just affect your weight. It systematically chips away at your self-worth. It drains your precious energy, and it reinforces a terrible, toxic belief deep down inside. The belief that you are the problem, that you are the failure, that your willpower just isn't strong enough to see it through. But I need you to listen to me very closely right now. I'm here to tell you something that decades of diet culture have tried to make you forget. It is not your fault. Let me repeat that. The failure is not in you. Failure is baked into the very design of almost every modern diet. They are built on a foundation of restriction and deprivation that sets you up for a fall. They are simply not equipped to handle the complex, unique biological changes that happen in our bodies, especially after the age of 45. So what is actually going on here from a biological standpoint? Let's pull back the curtain. When you drastically cut your calories, your body, which is a magnificent survival machine, doesn't think, "Oh great, we're getting a beach body." It thinks there's a famine. It thinks you're starving in the wilderness. In response, it triggers a powerful, primitive defense mechanism. Its primary goal becomes survival, and to survive, it must conserve energy. So it hits the emergency brake on your metabolism. It slows it way, way down. You lose some weight, yes, but a lot of that is water and precious muscle. You are essentially teaching your body to operate on the bare minimum amount of fuel. But here's the trap. Once the diet is over and you return to a more normal way of eating, not even binging, just eating normally, your metabolism is still stuck in that slow, sluggish, famine response state. But now it's suddenly getting a normal amount of fuel. Your body panics. Can't burn through the energy fast enough. So what does it do with the surplus? It does what it's programmed to do to survive the next famine. It stores every single extra calorie it can as fat. This is a biological insurance policy. It's why you regain the weight so frighteningly fast and why it feels so completely out of your control. It's not a lack of discipline. It's a physiological overreaction. Now, for years, we thought that was the whole story. But groundbreaking research has recently uncovered a deeper, more stubborn layer to this problem.
Oh, yes.
It turns out that this constant cycle of losing and regaining weight actually creates and worsens what scientists are now calling a molecular clog inside your very cells. Think of it like this. Every time you yo-yo, a sticky residue is left behind on your cellular machinery. The clog gets thicker, stickier, and more obstructive. This clog physically prevents your cells from converting fat into energy efficiently, forcing them into a permanent fat storage mode. This is the real reason it gets harder and harder to lose weight each time you try. You aren't just fighting your metabolism anymore. You're fighting a physical obstruction, at the cellular level. You are, in effect, trapped in a biological prison of your own making, but you never knew you were building the walls. Your diet, your metabolism slows, and the clog gets worse. You stop dieting, and you regain the weight even faster because of that clog. The key to freedom isn't a new diet, a new workout, or a new magical superfood. The only key that can work is one that cleans out the clog and fundamentally resets your metabolism. So how on earth do you do that? How do you break a cycle that's happening at a microscopic level? Well, it begins with a completely different philosophy, an approach that doesn't involve starvation, doesn't involve punishing exercise, and doesn't involve blaming yourself. It involves a simple, almost laughably easy, 7-second at-home method that was specifically developed to target and help dissolve this molecular clog. It's designed to gently coax your body out of survival mode and remind it how to burn fat for fuel again, naturally and efficiently. This entire scientific breakthrough, including the specifics of the clog and the simple at-home method to address it, is explained in a short, eye-opening, and completely free video presentation. It details the science in a way anyone can understand, and lays out the simple steps you can take to begin cleaning your cellular machinery, starting today. If you are truly ready to get off the diet roller coaster, to stop the war with your body, and to finally break free from the cycle of guilt and frustration, then you owe it to yourself to see this. Please click the very first link in the description below to watch the presentation now. It's time to stop dieting and start healing.